Have you ever felt like life after 60 is full of new challenges, but also has special joys that only seniors can understand? I'm sure you've experienced such moments when you want to enjoy peace, but you're unintentionally adding stress to your life. Today, I want to share with you 7 things that many seniors do, but they can turn your days into a series of unnecessary stress. More importantly, I'll show you how to replace them with small habits that will help you stay calm and happy. At this age, we've been through enough to know that our health and well-being are the most precious things. But sometimes, our daily habits are the source of stress. It could be skipping short breaks, being preoccupied with negative news, or not paying attention to our physical needs. These things can leave you feeling tired, anxious, or even lonely. But the good news is that you can change them, and they're not as hard as you might think. Let's start with the first 3, which many of us do all the time without realizing the impact they have. Number 1, skipping breaks. Are you someone who tries to get everything done in a day without taking a break? I used to be. I thought that when I was retired, every day was a day off, but in reality, we still have a lot to do, from housework to healthcare to social activities. If you keep skipping breaks, you'll easily end up exhausted, stressed, and even depressed. I remember trying to clean my entire house in one morning, and by noon, I felt like I'd run a marathon, tired, backache, and no mood to enjoy the afternoon. Instead of trying to do everything at once, try scheduling short breaks throughout the day. Just 5 minutes to sit still, breathe deeply, or take a walk around the garden can help you recharge. I've started doing this, and I've found that I not only feel better, but I'm also more productive at work. For example, after every hour of housework, I take 5 minutes to drink a cup of tea and look out the window. This helps me stay focused and happy throughout the day. If you find yourself getting too busy, stop and ask yourself, can I take 5 minutes for myself right now? It may be a small step, but it can have a big impact. Second, constant news consumption. Are you someone who consumes the news every day, from morning to night? I used to be, and I've found that this can significantly increase your stress. The news these days is often filled with negative stories, wars, natural disasters, political conflicts, and constant exposure to them can leave you feeling anxious, uncertain, or even hopeless. I remember one time I started my day by reading the news on my phone, and by the end of the morning, I felt like the world was falling apart. That's not a good way to start the day. Instead of consuming news constantly, limit it to just once or twice a day. You can choose a specific time, like after breakfast or before bed, to check the news. Also, try to look for positive stories or sources that are balanced, not just focused on the negative. I changed my routine by starting my day with a health podcast or a favorite song, and only checking the news in the evening when I'm mentally prepared. This helps me stay calm and positive throughout the day. If you feel like the news is stressing you out, try reducing your exposure. You'll be surprised at how much it improves your mood. Third thing, overcommitment. Are you someone who says yes to every invitation or request? I know the feeling, wanting to please everyone, wanting to be a part of every activity, but ultimately feeling overwhelmed and stressed. When you overcommit, you not only tire yourself out, but you can miss out on quiet moments for yourself. I experienced this once when I said yes to hosting a family party, when I also had plans to go for a walk with friends and help my daughter with chores. As a result, I felt like I was racing against time, and neither of us were really enjoying the moment. Instead of overcommitting, learn to say no politely. You can say, I'd love to join, but I need some time for myself right now. Or, thanks for thinking of me, but I'm afraid my schedule is too full. It's important to prioritize activities that bring you joy and meaning. I've started doing this, and I've found that when I say no to some things, I can say yes to more important things, like spending time with my family or pursuing a hobby. Remember, not every invitation is an opportunity, some are temptations, and you have a choice. Number 4, skipping water. Did you know that not drinking enough water can increase stress? When your body is dehydrated, it can lead to fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even worsen symptoms of anxiety. As we age, our thirst sensation may not be as strong as it used to be, so it's easy to forget to drink water. I used to do this. I thought that as long as I didn't feel thirsty, it didn't matter. But after talking to my doctor, I realized that staying hydrated is crucial for my health and well-being. So how can you make sure you're getting enough water? Remind yourself to drink a glass of water every hour, or keep a water bottle nearby for easy access. You can also eat water-rich fruits and vegetables like watermelon, tomatoes, or cucumbers. I've started drinking a small glass of water after every meal and in the afternoon, and I've noticed a huge improvement in my energy. If you forget to drink water, set a reminder on your phone or post a note somewhere you can see it, like in your kitchen or bedroom. It may seem like a small thing, but it can help reduce stress and keep you sane. Number 5, isolation. Isolation is one of the biggest stressors for seniors, but it's something many of us don't realize. When you have less contact with others, you can feel lonely, sad, and stressed. I went through this after my husband passed away. I went out less, saw less friends, and spent more time at home. But then I realized that this not only made me sad, but also made me more stressed. So how can you avoid isolation? Try to stay in touch with family and friends, even if it's just by phone or video call. You can also join groups or clubs that interest you, like a cooking class, a walking group, or a book club. I started calling my daughter every week and taking a senior yoga class, which has helped me feel more connected to the world around me. If you find it hard to get out, start small, like calling a friend or sending a text to your grandkids. Every little connection counts. Number 6, ignore the tension in your body. Stress affects not only your mind, but your body as well. You may not realize it, but muscle tension, like clenching your jaw, hunching your shoulders, or shortness of breath, is a sign of stress. If you ignore these signs, they can lead to headaches, back pain, or other health problems. I've experienced this before. I tense my shoulders when I watch the news or worry about family issues, but I didn't realize it until a friend pointed out that my shoulders were always tense. So how do you deal with this? Pay attention to your body. Every day, take a minute to check in to see if any part of your body feels tense. Then, try stretching through gentle movements, like rolling your shoulders, stretching your neck, or going for a walk. You can also practice deep breathing. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, then exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. This can help relieve stress and release muscle tension. I've started doing this, and I feel so much more relaxed. If you feel tension in your body, remember that addressing it early will help you avoid more health problems. The last thing, and perhaps one of the most important, is to skip fun rituals. I'm talking about the little moments in your day that you spend just for yourself, hobbies, laughter, or music that makes your heart sing. When we're busy with work, family, or even just everyday worries, it's easy to push these things aside. I used to do that. There was a time when I loved drawing, just simple sketches of my backyard. But as life got busy, I stopped drawing, thinking it wasn't a priority. As a result, I felt more empty, as if a part of my joy had been taken away. So how can you bring joyful rituals back into your life? Start small. Every day, set aside 15 to 30 minutes for an activity that makes you happy. You can set a regular routine, like listening to your favorite music after dinner or reading a chapter of a book before bed. I started keeping a pencil and sketchbook on my kitchen table so that whenever I had a few minutes to spare, I could do a little drawing. If you love walking, try a new path in your neighborhood and pay attention to the flowers or birds. If you love talking, call a friend and laugh about old memories. These moments will not only help you relax, but also remind you that life, at any age, is worth enjoying. We have now gone through all 7 things that can cause stress if left unchecked. We have learned how to take short breaks to recharge, limit news to keep our minds light, and say no when necessary to protect our time. We have explored the importance of drinking enough water to stay alert, staying socially connected to avoid loneliness, and paying attention to our bodies to reduce stress. Finally, we have seen that making time for fun is a powerful way to combat stress and live more fully. Each of these changes is small, but when combined, they make a big difference. The great thing is, you don't have to do it all at once. Pick one thing to start with. Maybe it's putting a bottle of water on your desk or calling a friend this week. I started with taking short breaks, and that led to other changes, like listening to music more often. Which of these do you want to try today? Or, do you have a fun ritual that helps you stay calm? Share it in the comments. If this video has given you some new insight into how to live more mindfully, please give it a like and subscribe so we can continue exploring how to live joyfully in older adults. I'll see you in the next video.